Astro update with your boy Liam, bringing to you the aquarium. Aquarian and Liam almost rhyme. Mausoleum and Liam rhyme perfectly well. In case anybody was doing a rap song about those two subjects coming up, we have a full moon in Gemini, a week, and we have Venus and Mercury traveling ahead of the Sun in Sagittarius. When this full moon commences, it will be near Mars. Ooh, it's still in retrograde in Gemini. So, these are opposing, one might even say conflicting energies, opposite ends of a spectrum, sharing the same axis that we have to bring together in, we get an opportunity to bring together to commingle them, to configure them in equilibrium, to have sex with them. So we have the moon, the moon is going to be together with Mars. So the moon represents the people, Mars the warrior. So that could be lots of people getting very small groups of people in a bigger sense, going against political ideologies, religious ideologies and beliefs and faith systems, because that's the opposite side. So that's Sagittarius, Gemini axis. Gemini is small groups, like local towns, and then like an email to a small group of people, a group chat with your 5 friends. The opposite of that is elementary school, your first cognitive learning so much, which is actually very important. Your 3rd house, Gemini ruled. It is your early childhood cognitive skills and that environment and development of it, versus 9th house Sagittarius. So instead of Mercurial ruled as Gemini, it is Jupiterian ruled. Jupiter is of the higher philosophies and thoughts and advanced schooling, law, and like the beliefs are beliefs. You know, the etymology of the word belief is the leave. Change the F to a V is like to live and to love. It comes from that root, like Proto-Indo-European. And be is like to be that. So it's like what you love. But not just what, but that you actually jump into that. You be what you love when you believe something. So, really, the Gnostic teachings are that belief is kind of warned against. They teach knowledge, quote unquote, and gnosis. Knowledge in the sense of experiential knowledge. Well, you say, yeah, well, I experienced that, and then I knew that from it, and that turned out to be wrong in the past. But there are some experiences that we have that I think do break through the veil of the illusory parts of this existence in this material realm that do bring us to, we use the word liminal, which is likened to like a light door gateway. So we have these experiences, perhaps of an ecstatic union with something that's realer than this. Sometimes we've had dreams like that, where we're like, "Damn, that was realer than my waking stuff." So, and what often brings us to those things? A feeling of like almost like a rebirth into more spiritual, meaningful meaning. Sagittarius gives meanings to stuff. Often it's death experiences that bring us to that. And that's why before we have Sagittarius, we have the kiss of death from the sting of the Scorpio, who sells out the sun for 30 pieces of silver, 30 degrees in each sign. The moon's color is silver. In Scorpio, she's in decline. The moon would rather be in Taurus, where it's exalted. Rather than in its opposite sign of Scorpio, where it's at its detriment. It's fall, actually. Yeah, it's fall. Jesus falls 3 times in the 3 seasons of fall, or in the 3 decans, which is a 10 degrees out of the 3 in each sign. So that could be an interpretation. Or was there really a person, Jesus of Nazareth, who fell 3 times on his cross, and that's... No. 30 goes to the letter before mem. It goes to lamed, which is learning and hanging on a cross. The 12th card in the tarot deck is an example of this. Odin hanging himself on a cross or a tree, same thing, and piercing himself in the side, very similar to Jesus getting pierced in the side, because Orion is getting pierced in the side by Monoceros, the unicorn constellation. Now, it's the sacrifice of mortality, or that death that enlightens us. So hence we have the head of the hanged man in illuminated. It's a completion, 12th card of the tarot deck, which is lamed in Hebrew, which is also likened to a hook or a staff. And then we go to, right after that, mem, 40. So, which is likened to 13, the death card on the tarot, which is Scorpio. Oh gosh, they packed so much into the tarot. Really quite phenomenal. All right. Well, what are we learning from this talk to recap, I'm fucking crazy. These are going to be things. We'll be thinking about philosophies, and then on a mass scale, look at people's philosophies and religions to clash with like these World Cup protests and demonstrations. They're going to get worse. There's a bunch of them that were pro-Palestinian, and the America's media has totally blacked it out. I could predict that to really spice up as we go into the full moon. That would be a mundane interpretation. A more spiritual, esoteric, we get really bring in that fire. We could bring in some air. So we're going to be challenged to control our small motor mind and balance that with our big philosophical mind. That's going to be the challenge. And with lovely Mercury together with Venus and the Sun in Sagittarius opposing Mars. Oh, sexes. Mars and Venus are going to be... They are freaking opposing each other. Just about. So look for a battle of the sexes type thing. And let us seek to bring those two in harmony within us. Love you.